Utah's national parks have been operating during the government shutdown for over a week now. But who's paying to keep them open? I took a trip down to Zion National Park and can report that the state is relying on a local nonprofit to help keep Zion functioning. The state says they're paying $8,000 to keep all 5 national parks plus 1 monument open during the shutdown. So these mountains you see behind me, you'd not be able to climb them if it weren't for the Zion Forever project. For those planning the trip of a lifetime to Zion National Park, how long have you been planning this trip?
Maybe about 3 months.
The federal government being shut down hasn't been all bad.
Now it's very good because we have free entrance to all the parks.
But the state of Utah keeping the parks accessible, that was a huge relief.
I checked online and the state said that regardless of the shutdown, the state would do what they could to keep it open.
The state is chipping in to keep Utah's Mighty 5 accessible, but so far, that $8 grand a day funds limited staff just to keep the visitor centers operational. The federal government is paying for public safety and public health needs in the park. And if not for a nonprofit called the Zion Forever Project, the 19,000 visitors who come to Zion daily would likely have no park to get into.
I would say potentially Zion Forever Project is paying more than the state.
The managing director of Utah's Office of Tourism, Natalie Randall, says it's unfair to assume the state is taking a victory lap on keeping the park open when the nonprofit is contributing more financially.
You would be so surprised how hard it is to get that information. And so I don't think a victory lap is a fair statement. I would say that there was a lot of work that had to be done behind the scenes to get to this point.
Zion Forever's CEO Natalie Britt isn't criticizing the state, but says that Zion Forever funds whatever the park needs on every given day, regardless of the shutdown.
We have over 500 search and rescues every year in this park. Average of over 2 per day. We provide critical gear for search and rescue, anything they need to do their jobs better. We fund 90% of the educational department in this park.
And they've been doing it for a century.
What makes Zion Zion is what you see behind me, and 100 years from now we need the public to be able to see these same amazing viewscapes, to experience the bighorn sheep, and that's our job to protect and steward these incredible places for generations to come.
The state's portion, that $8 grand per day, is coming from the budget of the Governor's Office of Economic Opportunity, but that pot of money has to fund all projects that drive the state's economy.
As far as the length of that, that's still to be determined. One of the key pieces being what is the need. And so is there continually an economic impact need that will result in it?
Britt says they're ready to step up to fully fund Zion National Park if the state can't. But the situation, she says, is getting more dire by the day.
Every day that we're closed, we're not collecting that revenue, and we're using reserve funds to fund critical operations, which means come summer, we're going to have some challenges ahead of us with staffing, fee collection, and operating the shuttles.
Does the state need to give more to help Zion National Park?
No, I think Congress needs to do its job and reopen the parks.